Good evening, all my little Pokemons. Mewtwo with you today, feeling rather loungy and fluffy. So, we're going to have a talking topic today. Before we do that, please don't forget both my Patreon link and my Ko-fi link are in the description box below, both of which are great ways to help support me and my channel and help me make better videos for you, my awesome public. So, I was going through what I want to talk about in this video and how I want to talk about it. And I've been looping through my head all day of where to begin. But I think the best way to start this conversation is we all basically do have, more or less all of us, probably have some level of a mental something that makes us not absolutely perfect. Be that a bit of OCD, attention deficit disorder, ADD, anxiety, depression, or any number of other fun dysphoria or whatnot things that, well, we deal with. Is it bad that everyone has basically something wrong with them? Well, it'd be nice if we could fix all this stuff and all be better. I don't know. I know there's not a magic pill that'll fix absolutely everything in life. I know there's not a definite fix-all procedure that will make everyone's lives better, but sometimes when you can identify a problem, you can potentially identify some coping mechanisms. I was, not too long ago, realized that I was actually doing things that helped with social anxiety, and I didn't realize I had issues with social anxiety until I realized that I started doing the coping mechanisms and they were kind of helping. And I was like, oh, I feel better about stuff. Over the last couple years, of course, wearing a facial covering has been A-OK. In fact, highly encouraged. I still encourage it, especially in any enclosed public area, such as a convention. Hint, hint, just was at one of those. Lots of face coverings. Glad to see it. I know it was required. I know I saw a lot of people not wearing them in the convention center, and, naughty. But yeah, going to the store. It's harder at restaurants since, obviously, what is the one thing you're going to have access to? Your face hole. So that was kind of hard when we eat now, but otherwise, trying to be good there. But when I'm shopping, the face covering helped me because it added a little bit of personal space that was right there, and I was constantly in a little bit of personal space. I also started wearing headphones while I was shopping. I just decided I'm out for an hour and a half, 2 hours doing the grocery shopping once a week. That's time that's me that's being bored. So I'm just like, I have an MP3 player. It's a tiny little clip of a thing. Yes, I can play MP3s on my phone and have either a Bluetooth headset or somehow get an adapter for the USB-C port. Yeah, I know I could do that. But I actually own an MP3 player with an exceedingly large battery life on it. And it's tiny, and it's convenient, so I like the one I use. And until it starts giving me problems, I'm probably going to keep using it. It's great. It's more than big enough. Anyway, yeah, I found wearing the MP3 player while shopping, uh, it really helped me. I didn't realize I had a problem with this until all of a sudden I was stepping out of my environment that I was starting to feel trapped in at the store, and all of a sudden I'm in a happy place. I'm outside of where I am, and it felt good. So coping mechanism I figured out I needed. Check. Uh, doesn't really hurt me anything to do it. It entertains me as I do it. So yeah, that's a good thing. Do I necessarily have a major social anxiety issue? Not really. Did I feel better doing something like this? Absolutely. Um, so that's coping with a problem I didn't even know I really had, and it made things better. That's one example right there. Another example also came more fully realized during this pandemic. Um, Food stability, and in general, livelihood stability. I've I grew up in a house with parents that were post depression, but their parents lived during the depression pretty heavily, so they trained their kids to have store shelves full of food at any given time. Like as a I always as a kid, we had a chest freezer in the basement that you could hide multiple bodies in. That's how big it was, okay? It was the Doom freezer. It was too heavy for the small child to open the lid by themselves freezer. This was before they even had like a good pneumatic system to keep the lids open, so even when Dad would open the freezer, he had a piece of wood to prop it up with so that you could dig through the coffin to find what you wanted. I grew up with that. I grew up with a pantry shelf that was full of canned goods. I grew up with stuff on hand, and we always had stuff on hand. And we grocery shopped back then. Before Mom had a job, and we were a one-income family. She was at the grocery store 2, 3 times a week, maybe even four. If she needed something, she just ran to the store. Wasn't exactly that far. We had 2 cars. So while Dad was at work, Mom could easily go down to either the IGA or Nazers or Shop and Save or Foodland. Or if we're getting fancy, go all the way out to Giant Eagle, which was about a 15-minute drive, to look for expensive options. But the main ones were IGA and Nazers were a minute from the house if you hit both red lights. Shop and Save in Foodland, maybe 3 minutes. They're pretty close. They were just north of Apollo, down the road. And Giant Eagle and the other Shop and Save were about 15-minute drive. But I never realized how much food stability was something that was really important to me. Anywhere I've lived since then, I always made sure to have some level of stable food supply. Um, be that some bags of frozen vegetables or cans of vegetables or soups or noodle packs or something. Uh, it's weird that having something as simple as a dozen extra cans of chunky soup or Chef Boyardee raviolis. Yes, I had Chef Boyardee raviolis. Come at me, bro. Ramen noodles. Come at me, bro. Uh, all of these things I like having on the shelf. They make me happy. They fill me up when I need them to. They are adequate. Um, yes, I still like to shop every week, anytime at least, to get some fresh foods. Chicken pieces, steak, pork, refrigerator sausages like Johnsonville brats or something like that. You know, I like to at least try and get for a couple days of the week something freshly fresh. Um, like this week, I made a pack of chicken thighs here on Monday. It's Monday as I'm recording this. I'll upload on Tuesday. We will eat chicken thighs for dinner tonight. We eat leftover chicken thighs tomorrow. I will probably still eat leftover chicken thighs for lunch on Wednesday. Usually, since I grocery shop on Thursday, we'll eat something fresh on Friday. Thursday, I eat something quick and easy, like, I don't know, chicken fingers or fish fillets or whatever. This is extra details you didn't need in this video. But yes, it feels good to me to have stable food stores. When we lived in Carlisle in the apartment, one thing we did for ourselves, we got a shelving unit, a metal shelving unit, and had that in the kitchen, and it had a section where we stored soups and canned things. And as we moved into our house here in Fort Wayne, it did have a pantry shelving unity thing in the what we'd refer to as the Harry Potter bedroom underneath the stairwell. Shelves lining up under the stairs. Great place to store food. Is right next to the kitchen. And for the first few years, yeah, we just stored our canned goods and everything there. Around when the pandemic just had started, we'd started doing a staging area before bringing food in the house in the garage. I just set up a folding table in front of where we parked the car. I'd put the canned goods and stuff there. They'd sit there for about a week, and just before we go grocery shopping again, put away the cans that were there, and then have a space to put the new stuff. Fair enough. It was what we were doing as our quarantine to be safe. I then replaced that with a shelving unit there. A nice, wide shelving unit. The garage is temperature controlled. It's not like exact, it's not perfect, but it is generally cooler in the summer than outside and warmer in the winter than outside. Because a wall kind of opens up every time we pull the car out, once or twice a week. So it's safe enough for most shelf storable goods. So I moved out all of the cans and things that are super stable out to the garage. So the canned goods, the spaghetti sauce, our soda supply, or pop, for those of you who are in that genre, are all stored in the garage now on a shelving unit. And because I was able to move all the cans out of that shelving unit in the pantry zone in the house, I was easily able to more sort that section, so you can find all the things a lot better. We can have things like back behind the same different things. Makes it look a lot nicer. And the canned goods then, they were able to be more spread out, more easily sorted. So the soups are a little bit more, they are categorized by what kind they are. Like the chili macs are all on a line, the chicken noodles are all on a line, etc., etc. Chilies are up top. The vegetables are all stacked, again, orderly. It's not just all the vegetables are in a line area, and I forget that I have 20 cans of corn, and I buy more corn when we're really out of green beans. I hate when that happens. But now, everything's orderly. Everything's organized. They're in a nice, safe space. They're easy to get to. Just go out to the garage. Right inside the garage door, boom, can of corn. Perfect. Also set up another shelf where we put the chemicals and stuff. An extra container of laundry detergent, like the Sam's Club size Tide and Snuggle live on that rack, along with the dishwasher detergent, plus regular dish detergent, stuff like that. Cleaning chemicals in general have that one rack, and the toilet paper / paper towels. All this leads to a coping mechanism I didn't realize I needed until I really had it. Because this weekend, after going to Sam's Club, when I didn't necessarily need to, we had a couple of products that were going to run out in the next month or so. But But I had time. I wasn't like even remotely tight on any of this stuff. But I wanted to go. I had free time. And I hadn't gone out shopping since Anthrocon yet. It was a good day to do it. So I went to Sam's Club. I bought more stuff for the pantry. Another case of mushrooms, because I love mushrooms. And canned ones make it very easy to implement them whenever I want to. And when it makes them like 50 cents a can, it's hard to say no to a thing that makes me really happy. And is actually pretty good for me. And then I got a case of Chef Boyardee ravioli because I'm secretly 5 years old, apparently. And it still tastes good. Okay, it's a good lunch. If anything, I have one of the cans of mushrooms with the can of Chef Boyardee. Really tasty. Adds a few vitamins in there, I guess. But yeah. I was just looking at the shelves and I felt an extreme sense of relief. Not because I'm going to eat the probably 60 total cans of canned vegetables there this week. Or similarly about that many cans of soup / Chef Boyardee / chili. I didn't count, and I don't feel like counting right now. There's plenty of food out there. I know there's 8 jars of spaghetti sauce, because I did count those. Prego, the 15 to 16 inch, 15 to 16 ounce-ish jars, depending on exactly how much that particular jar weighs. That size. Enough for one use. We also have a chest freezer, which is full of other stuff, like frozen ready-to-use meat products, or frozen ready-to-cook meat products, like just chicken breasts. And some ready-to-eat meals, like General Tso's chicken. But the idea that all of these things are there just gave me a sense of relief. Just a feeling good that I knew if anything happened, anything like catching a certain plague that's out there and I'd be stuck in the house for 2 weeks, we were going to be okay. Not only okay, but for what we have on hand, okay, and still eating really variety and really not bad stuff. I don't just fill the pantry up with, well, you're going to eat soybeans, or you're going to eat kidney beans, so that's all we're buying. Kidney beans. Lots of them. They're full of protein and everything. That's just food for the next 2 months. Yes, there are some in there, but that's only because I like making chili. So again, options. And they are sometimes good as a snack. But it made me feel good knowing that I had security. I had the ability to have food at any time, have a good variety of food. And inside in the dry goods section, we also have things like pasta, other noodly packets, dry powdery stuff like pancake mix and Bisquick, stuff like that. I do try to keep a lot of stuff on hand sometimes in case of stores don't happen to have whatever in stock that week when I run out of whatever. That way, say I run out of barbecue sauce, I go to buy a replacement one, they don't have this week, we're okay because I have 4 more behind on the shelf. Or I forget to go buy it because I don't realize one got finished, and by the time I notice we're down to 2, but that's still several weeks easily worth of barbecue sauce. Not like I'm desperate if they don't happen to have KC Masterpiece, preferably the brown sugar flavor, in stock. We'll survive for a little bit. Or I just plain forget to buy something that's on my list. It happens. So it's good to feel comfortable in that fashion. It makes me feel good. It's one of my favorite coping mechanisms that Doesn't hurt me and it doesn't hurt anyone else. I don't consider myself a hoarder because I don't do it for the reasons why people do the food hoarding. I'm not doing it because I'm worried they're not going to have food or toilet paper next week. I buy toilet paper by the 24 to 30 pack, depending on what size they happen to have at Sam's Club at the moment, and have multiple of them on stock because I hate running out of toilet paper. Not because I think they're going to stop selling it, because I think I'm going to forget to buy it. So I don't mind having an invested, like, year's supply of toilet paper because it's not going to go bad. Paper towels. Especially lately, we've been using more of them to clean and sanitize. We use a little alcohol. Also, those alcohol wipes. We have a lot of those on hand. The bleachy, Cloroxy wipes, like. It's not a bad thing to have. It's not like I'm buying all that's on the shelf. I didn't go and buy the last pack of Sam's Club Select-A-Sheet paper towels. They had 7 pallets left of them last time I was there, and I didn't buy any this time because I have a full pack plus the one we're working on. I didn't buy another toilet paper because we have 2 full packs plus the one we're working on, plus whatever's in all the bathrooms. Could I fit another one up there? Probably. Definitely. Am I going to on purpose? By accident, yes. On purpose, no. Other things that, in the same vein, that make me feel better that when they are in existence. The vehicle working at 100%. We just had to get it taken in for the brake repairs after Anthrocon. Getting that fixed was a super relief. Knowing that my car is very fully functional and working up to spec makes me comfortable. My house working and is up to safety and spec. Comfortable. The ability to do my job so that I can pay for the house and the food and the electric and the internet. Super important. All of which, currently, all in line. No problems. We are cruising. When things affect any of these supply chains, it does add stress. I don't go and panic buy everything in the store whenever corn is not on stock. Because, just because I can't get corn today in the 50-cent Walmart or Meyer brand cans, I'm not going to die. I have some on the shelf. And if I didn't, I'd have green beans or carrots or something else. There are options. I'm not going to go crazy if I can't have corn for a week. Especially since I probably have a few weeks worth of X, Y, and Z in stock. Am I a little bummed when something specific in the fresh line is not there that I wanted this week? Like I really wanted a big fillet of salmon and they didn't have any. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed. But I'll have something else. There's something else there. I'll buy something else. A turkey breast, a flat of chicken thighs, some kind of steak. So something is bound to fill my needs. We'll be okay. When the French fries were like sold out for months on end, that was a little frustrating. But we coped. We bought whatever was available if it was available. And I will admit I did panic buy a little on that because I'd buy fries if I saw them for a while because we hadn't been seeing them. And then one day I realized I had like 10 bags of French fries in the freezer. I was like, okay, we're not buying fries for a while. We're going to eat through some of these. And we did. We were good children. But yeah, some things we do that we can do that help us maintain our anxiety, maintain our mental stability. If you can figure out some of the trigger items you can do to help you not be stressed as much on your day-to-day, As long as it doesn't hurt someone else, do it. If having 70 rolls of toilet paper in your garage helps you deal with the stress, knowing you can wipe tomorrow, do it. I do it. Charmin all the way. Uh, if having slowly purchasing a few dozen cans of Campbell's Chunky Soup makes you feel better, okay. That helps you, good. Whatever it is that, if it makes you feel more secure and more safe and more stable, it's okay. I'm not going to judge you on that. If anything, I applaud you on doing what it takes to do your best to feel normal. Over the last 2.5 years, it's been hard to feel normal in some cases. It's getting a little more normalized now, but sometimes the scar's already there by the time you're going out to the store. And it's not like the world's better, it's just people don't care as much anymore. So I'm going to keep wearing my mask. I'm going to keep trying to be safe. I don't care. I'll do what I can. I am going out and doing things more. We went out for anniversary dinner on Saturday, which was lovely. We went to the zoo on Saturday as well, which was fun. Fun thing about stuff like the zoo, you could easily not be next to 50 people. Just walk to the next exhibit. There's probably some space. Just leave space between people. You're fine. Don't crowd. Yeah. Find whatever it is that makes you good. Hey, maybe it is going out and taking a walk. I know a lot of people that does help them. Leave your house, go walk around the block, go to a park, go sniff some flowers, whatever you need to do. And I don't want to just call everyone out here, but I am leaving a willing, if you want to, leave in the comments box something you do that's a coping mechanism. Something that you are aware, or kind of aware, that you do to help you cope with stress, help you cope with anxiety. Something that you personally do that maybe helps you feel better in the world. Do you wear headphones while you're shopping? Do you stockpile raviolis because it makes you feel better and they fill you up at lunch and taste good? Because they do taste good. Do you also have a chest freezer full of delicious things? Whatever it is. If you're willing to share, please share. If you don't feel comfortable sharing, I'm not going to judge you for not sharing. This one is not necessarily a calling you out. I'm curious, and I'm sure other people are curious of other coping mechanisms that might help them as well. You never know. If it's having a case of ballpoint pens in your house makes you happy, know that you can always write a note down, an extra pack of tablets to write on with said ballpoint pens, I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm interested. Well, I babbled on far too long today. But I thank you all for spending some time with me. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the little dingly bell for the little dingly bell. Let you know when I post new videos. Who knows? Could be this dopey Pokemon or any of my other critters. And of course, both my Patreon link and my Ko-fi link are in the description box below. Both of which are great ways to support me and my channel and help me make better videos for you, my awesome public. But for now, this Pokemon's going to wander off and do some Pokemon-y things. And I just hope you all have a calm, relaxing, anxiety and stress-free rest of your day. And whatever it is that you do to make you happy, even if you don't feel like telling me, please do that. And please feel good. That's all I ask. I want you to be the happiest you can be, the most calm, satisfied you, with as little stress as possible that you can avoid, that you can manage. Please do that for yourself and for me. And that would make us all happier. So, I'll see you all again very soon. But for now, Mewtwo knows you are strong and brave and awesome. And you can be the best you that needs to be. Stay awesome, everybody. Stay awesome.